Om Shanti, Baba Sakar Murli, 28th of February 2023. Essence. Sweet children, the wonder of the Father's knowledge is that through this knowledge and the power of yoga, you become completely pure. The Father has come to make you into angels of knowledge with this knowledge. Question. What prize do the children give the Father in advance for his wonders? Answer. To sacrifice yourselves to the Father is to give a prize in advance. It isn't that Baba first makes you beautiful and that you then sacrifice yourselves. You have to sacrifice yourselves completely now. While doing everything for the livelihood of your bodies and looking after your children, you follow Srimad, which means that you sacrifice yourselves. There are just pebbles and stones in this world, and so you must remove your intellect's yoga away from them and remember the Father and the new world. Song. You are the ocean of love, we thirst for one drop. Om Shanti. You children know that the Father is personally sitting in front of you. The Father is also even speaking to those who are sitting far away, because everyone has to listen to him. You children know that the Father is the ocean of knowledge, and so he would definitely have knowledge. For instance, sannyasis are scholars, and so they consider themselves to be very learned scholars. You children know that you are personally sitting in front of the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, the Mother and Father. He is the ocean of knowledge. Salvation is received through knowledge. It is as though you fill an urn from that ocean of knowledge. An ocean is always full. The whole world continues to receive so much water from the oceans. There is so much water that it never runs out. Similarly, the Father too is the ocean of knowledge. For as long as you live, you continue to listen to knowledge from him. He is constantly full. He gives you a few jewels of knowledge through which the whole world receives salvation. He is the ocean of knowledge, the ocean of peace, and the ocean of happiness. Impure ones become pure in his company. You are the Ganges of knowledge. There is also the lake called Mansarovar. A lake is a big pond. They show this lake in the Kailash mountains. They believe that there is a big lake there and that human beings become angels by taking a dip in it. They are unable to understand the meaning of angels. Angels are very beautiful. You children know that the Father is now bathing you in knowledge and making you into such beautiful angels of knowledge. There is natural beauty there. Here, they wear eye makeup and cream, etc., to look pretty. That is artificial beauty. The elements are still Tamopradhan. There, the elements are Satopradhan. No one can be as beautiful as the deities. There is no health in the beauty of this place. There, your health is good, and you also have beauty. You children understand that Baba carries out such wonders. People make such big idols out of marble, or make very fine art paintings, and so they receive prizes. Now, just think about what the Father is making you into with the power of knowledge and yoga from what you were before. This is the wonder that the Father carries out. There is so much greatness in knowledge and yoga. It is a wonder how souls become completely pure through the power of Baba's knowledge. Even the 5 elements become pure, with which there is natural beauty. There is a difference between the new world and the old world. Everything goes through the stages of Satopradhan, Sato, Rajo and Tamu. Even the world is like that. As are the people, so their comforts. The comforts of wealthy people are so good, whereas the poor just have things of stone. Therefore, this old world too only has pebbles and stones to offer. In the new world, everything will be new. So, Baba is the most beloved, and we praise him. Baba himself doesn't say, "I am the most beloved." Children praise Baba. The Father says, "Look at what I make you into with knowledge and yoga." So, what prize does Baba receive? You give Baba a prize in advance, that is, you sacrifice yourselves to him. You sing, "I surrender myself to you." Therefore, you would definitely surrender yourselves to him in advance. It isn't that Baba will first make you beautiful and that you will then sacrifice yourselves to him. There has to be total sacrifice. The significance of this has also been explained to you. It isn't that you have to bring everyone to Baba and just sit here. You have to follow Srimad. He is the Father of all souls. He is not called the Creator of souls. He is called the Creator of the world and the Creator of heaven. However, souls and this play are eternal, but he does make the old world new at this time. He changes it. Bodies are perishable. Baba is now increasing our lifespan so that our lives become unlimited. There, the average lifespan is 150 years. Here, some live for just 1 year. Some don't live for even a month. They take birth and die. It is not like that there. There, everyone's lifespan is long. According to the law of nature, the vessels don't break quickly. Therefore, the Father explains, you now have to make a lot of effort. You, the Shiv Shakti army, are the Father's helpers. You understand it is Ravan's kingdom at this time, and that all are vicious. Sannyasis separate themselves from those who indulge in vice, and so they cannot create a world. Sannyasis would create a world of sannyasis, that is, they would make others into sannyasis like themselves with their mouths. That cannot be called a dynasty. A dynasty is in a household ashram. In the Golden Age, the dynasty is very beautiful. There cannot be a dynasty of sannyasis. They are limited. This is unlimited. They speak of household ashrams. In fact, an ashram is a very elevated place. An ashram is a pure place. A household where people indulge in vice cannot be called an ashram. The Father makes you into righteous ones who live in pure household ashrams, whereas Maya makes you unrighteous. Human beings have become unrighteous. It is only human beings who are called righteous or unrighteous. Animals wouldn't be called that. The Father comes and makes you righteous, and Maya makes you unrighteous. However, people don't know Maya. Just as they don't know God, similarly, they don't know Maya. They say that God is omnipresent. It is the 5 vices that are omnipresent. At this time, all devotees remember the Father. That is, it is the remembrance of God that is in everyone. It isn't that He is omnipresent. It is the 5 vices that cause sorrow. Devotees remember God because they are very unhappy. They then say that it is God who gives happiness and sorrow. They forget Ravan's name and consider prosperity to be Maya. Prosperity is wealth. At this time, all are slaves to Maya Ravan, whereas you have become slaves to God. They claim an inheritance of sorrow from Ravan, whereas you claim the inheritance of happiness from the Father. The Father comes and gives the mothers the status of a guru. Here people say that a wife's husband is her guru, but they make their wives become even more impure. Even Draupadi called out, "Protect my honour." The Father now says, "I will uplift everyone through these Kumaris." There is praise of Kumaris. A Kumari is one who uplifts her parents' home and her in-laws' home for 21 births. At this time, you become Kumaris. Even mothers become Kumaris. You are Brahma Kumaris. Therefore, your praise of this time continues. Kumaris have worked wonders. The Father made the Kumaris belong to Him. So, you have to glorify His name. Even the mothers are adopted by God, and they become Kumaris. Therefore, the praise of Kumaris is in fact just remembered, whereas now the Father is awakening you in a practical way. The Father has made you Kumaris belong to Him. It becomes difficult to climb a ladder and then come down. Even now, when they see you, they say, "I married unnecessarily." Then, when they have children, the strings of attachment become tied. The Father explains, "For half a cycle you married off the Kumaris and made them vicious. The Father has now come and He says, 'Become pure.' You can see that there is happiness and respect for purity. There is so much respect for sannyasis. They become free from bondage. That is the power of purity. That isn't the power of yoga. Only you have the power of yoga. They have yoga with the element where souls reside. Just as there are the 5 elements, so that is the 6th element. They call that Brahm, Ishwar, brackets God. This is why their yoga is artificial. Sins are not absolved by that yoga, and this is why they go to bathe in the Ganges. If they had the faith that they could be purified by having yoga, they wouldn't go to bathe in the Ganges. This proves that that yoga is against the law. Just as Hinduism is not a religion, In the same way, Brahm is not God. They consider the place of residence to be God. The Father comes and explains this. Therefore, you Kumaris can explain, we BKs are making this Bharat into heaven. We are creating the world almighty authority kingdom. The Father says, the name of the mothers has to be glorified a great deal. Men have to help in this. If they, brackets mothers, want to remain pure, they should be allowed to do so. So, the Father comes and first of all makes the mothers and Kumaris belong to him by giving them knowledge. All belong to Shiva's clan, and then they become Brahma Kumaris and Kumaris. There are also Kumars, but there are very few of them. There are more Kumaris. The temple of your memorial here is also accurate. People wonder how the world can be created without vice. The Father says, we don't need this impure, sorrowful world now. Therefore, you definitely have to remain pure. Even the government wants to control the population because they wonder where they will obtain sufficient food from. They don't understand the aspect of purity. You know that Shivalaya is now being established. The unlimited world becomes Shivalaya. They have just named the one temple Shivalaya. That is a limited Shivalaya, whereas this becomes the unlimited Shivalaya. The whole of heaven is called Shivalaya. Shiva created deities, and then their temples were created. That is the living Shivalaya, and it then becomes the brothel. People who indulge in vice build non-living temples to those who were living deities and worship them. Shiv Baba creates Shivalaya, and his helpers are the Shiv Shakti Pandava army. Because the majority are Shaktis, their names are remembered. There are many Kumaris. Shiv Baba makes you belong to him. Sri Krishna was a young prince, and so how could he make you belong to him? He himself becomes the emperor after marriage. Shiv Baba removes you from the land of Kans, the devil, and takes you to the golden age, the land of Sri Krishna. This is the land of Kans. The whole world is on one side, and you few daughters are on the other side. For half the cycle, people have told you wrong things. The Father has come and explained the right things to you. Earlier, you had a very good book of the contrasts. Now, even more good points are emerging. The Father says, day by day, I tell you very deep things. I would not give you all this knowledge at the same time. Previously, I used to give you very easy knowledge. Day by day, it is becoming deeper and deeper. How could I tell you all the deep things at the same time? Whatever I explained to you, I also explained to you in the previous cycle. There is no question of doubt about this. It isn't that you should say, earlier, Baba used to say this, and now he is saying this. However, in the beginning, it was the primary class. There are still many more points that will continue to emerge. Baba will continue to give you knowledge for as long as you live. Baba tells you deep secrets, and he will tell you more later. We are now studying. Scholars recite scriptures. There aren't 18 chapters. That one is the ocean of knowledge. He will continue to speak knowledge. Only the Father is the ocean of knowledge, the ocean of bliss, and the ocean of peace. There is nothing in this world now, neither love nor essence. That one is the ocean of everything. People say that he is omnipresent. We are the same ones, but his praise is very great. All the devotees and sages, etc., remember him. It is because they are unhappy that they say they want to go back to the land of nirvana. Only when the master of the land of nirvana comes here can you go back. The Father brings the gift of heaven with him for you children. He himself doesn't become the master of heaven. The Father gives you the gift of heaven, and then Ravan comes and causes sorrow. Sorrow cannot be called a gift. Baba has given the Kumaris the key to the gift of heaven. Kumaris make Bharat into heaven. Kumaris can even tell their friends and relatives, I have been adopted by the mother and father from beyond. Acha. To the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children. Love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says, Namaste to the spiritual children. Essence Vedana 1. Make your household into an ashram, that is, make it pure. There is power in purity. There is respect for purity, and this is why you accumulate the power of yoga and the power of purity. 2. Baba is the most beloved. Sacrifice yourself to him totally and remove the old world from your intellect. Blessing. May you be a yogi soul and make the stage of service and your service centre ascend with your spiritual attraction. Yogi souls who maintain their spirituality automatically make the stage of their service and their service centre ascend with their spiritual attraction. By being yogyukt and invoking souls with your spirituality, the number of students automatically increases. For this, always keep your mind light and ensure you have no type of burden. When your heart is clean, your desires continue to be fulfilled, and attainments automatically come in front of you as your right. Slogan. Someone who is free from all bondages and attractions is knowledgeable about God. Om Shanti.